Might help if I added myself to the stream. Howdy, everyone. Frank, KG6NLW here. A special shout out to Mr. Muds, Radio Time. Hey, Wes. And W6IWN Soda and Ham Radio. Hey, Bobby. Thanks for dropping by earlier, both of you. Tonight, you're coming live. You're coming here, hopefully, to see me live with the NorCal SwapNet. This is hosted every Thursday on the N6ICW Repeater System in Northern California area. Jeez, I am all over the place tonight. For more information, you can visit the N6ICW Repeater System website by going to n6icw.org. If you're local and wish to join the directed net in the Sacramento area, you can do so by saying the suffix of your call sign phonetically. I don't think the digital links are up tonight, so we'll see what happens there. But if they are, try Echolink looking at N6ICW-R. I'll be here as long as the net's running, and usually about 0300 UTC. So as you see, we're almost there. So another minute and a half or so, till about 0400 UTC. Or thereabouts. We try to stick around to about 0345, but you never know what happens. I will have my microphone muted, so you won't hear me, but you'll hear the radio. But I'll be in the chat ready to answer any questions you may have. What else? There was something else I wanted to mention. I do want to give a special shout out to Mr. Mudd's Radio Time, VA5MUD, and there we go, Bobby, W6IWN, Soda and Ham Radio, them, Prep Ham Paul, K5VLP, and Simon Ham Jazz were on the channel a little earlier. We took a certain time slot because everybody else was busy having fun at Hamvention in Xenia. And for those at Hamvention or going, I hope you guys have fun. I'm super jealous. Maybe in 2025. And let's see if Armand's there yet. No, he's not quite there yet. Paying attention to the radio over here. Make sure he comes up. So we'll see what happens here shortly. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Armand's going to go over all this, so in about the first 5 to 10 minutes, so I'll go over it now real quick. If you cannot get into the repeater for whatever reason, you're not local, the internet link's not working, whatever, if you follow the description above my head here, exactly, and drop it in the chat, you can submit a listing. Now, I will say this. Buyers pay shipping unless otherwise stated. So you can have buyer pay shipping, or you can provide shipping on your own. But general standard is buyers pay shipping. So if you have something to list, or you want to try and find something and want to drop it in the chat, follow this format. And Armand's live, so let's switch on over. Give me a second to switch the audio here.
About it later, and also we're here to buy, sell, trade, give away amateur and amateur related equipment, our own little swap meet here on N6ICW 147-195 from Mount Vaca, 146-94 from Chico, and 145-15 somewhere where the bears are, somewhere up in the Sierras, all accessible with a PL of 123. Of course, the main repeater, this one, or N6, 147-195, has a plus offset, and the other two repeaters in the system have a minus offset, again all accessible with a PL of 123. And, of course, we're here to buy, sell, trade, give away, all that stuff, amateur and amateur-related equipment. And we welcome everybody to join in, and especially if you have something that you would like to buy, sell, trade, give away, listed here. You don't have to pack it in your car. Take it there, unpack it, put it on the table, put it back in the car, bring it back home, put it away. Just list it here on the swap, and either somebody can come and pick it up, you can send it to them, or maybe or you can go meet them someplace. So a little easier than doing all that grunt work. Plus, it makes for a more interesting net as well. So we welcome all of you to check in, whether you have a listing or not, and join the Northern California swap family on N6ICW. It's easy to do that. All you need to do is speak your call sign suffix when the net is opened for listings, which it will be shortly, and then wait to be recognized. It is a directed net, so once recognized, come back with the following information. First, of course, we need your full call sign, the whole thing, phonetically, please. Don't forget to use those phonetics. They make things a lot easier. Then give us your first name. I always say that most of the time. Everybody knows that we always use first names on ham radio, but every once in a while somebody will give a last name, but that's not necessary. And your location, that's necessary. And mix and match for the best results. All the items you have to buy, sell, trade, give away. Include a description of the items. If you're selling it, let us know how much you want for it. If you're trading it, what for. And if you like, you can say it's negotiable, best offer, etc. And I will note that down as I write all the listings down, and we review them at the very end of the net, which you never know when that will pop up. However, we will be here at least till 0345 Zulu, 8:45 at the earliest, and who knows when, the latest. So, we also need your contact information. That means email and or telephone number. And when you're listing your items, let us know if you're willing to ship the item. Do you want somebody to come and get it, like I was saying before, or will you drive an X number of miles to meet them to make the exchange? So email, telephone number, and then end your transmission with your call sign. And if you were in the next room when you sort of kind of heard something out of the corner of your ear and you missed it, run back to your radio and say info followed by your call sign, and you can ask me a question to review the thing that you just heard, and I will try to answer the question that you may have with the information you need. And if you don't get it from me, you can say contact followed by your call sign. That will let you call the station that just made the listing. If I don't have the answer, you can ask them directly. Also, you can call a station, move them off frequency to another simplex or repeater channel, or you can call a station and pass a quick bit of traffic that does not have to be net related. And when you're out and about, if you see something that requires the assistance of amateur radio, just say break or priority, followed by your call sign. We'll stop the net, find out what's going on, and how one or all of us, or some of us, who are advantageously situated can help.
Big words for Armand.
N6ICW, that is Chris, and we want to also thank Chris, N6ICW, and the control group, whoever that may be, to thank you for keeping the repeater on the air, functioning, and it's always there when we need it, 24 hours a day, 366 days this year. And thank you to Chris for all the hard work with all the various voting receivers and equipment that all of that stuff involves. The stuff we never see, all the various sites, all the receivers, transmitters, antennas, coax, the whole ball of wax. It should be as simple as a ball of wax, but it ain't. So thank you to Chris. And sounds like everything's working hunky-dory today. And so we should have a good net. And we'll be talking about things that have happened at 6 p.m. up in Folsom. Hopefully, we'll have a report from our roving VE, KJ6JD, as he's on his way home, and a lot of other good things to come. So let's open the net and see who's going to be participating with us tonight. And so this is WB2ZEI Whiskey Bravo 2, Zebra Echo India, Armand, ARMAND, in Sacramento. And we'll find out who's got the itchy fingers.
November Lima Whiskey.
Itchy hand.
November Lima Whiskey.
Okay, but somebody snuck in there, just snuck in there like a microsecond before you, John. So rub your hand on something soft and furry. And in the meantime, KG6NLW, take it away, Frank.
Oh, I was hoping I got in there quick enough. Kilo Golf 6 November Lima Whiskey. I figure I get in before any shenanigans happen. I hope. You know, fingers crossed, right? Good evening, one and all, everyone. This is Kilo Golf 6 November Lima Whiskey, Frank in Cloverdale. And we are live on social media, including YouTube. And if you want to make a listing and you're hearing the machine but you can't talk into the machine, feel free to look up my call sign, KG6NLW, on YouTube. And I have all the information you need above my head. And you can drop it in the chat, and I can relay it in for you. Also, this Saturday, that's my version of an Echo Box, Armand. The Vaca Valley Radio Club Swap Meet, 220 North Jefferson Street in Dixon, at the Dixon Chamber of Commerce parking lot, 7 a.m. Be there or be square.
I think I like circular polarization myself.
You know, those squalos have something to be desired, I will say that. So, you know, don't knock the squares till you try them.
I'm with Armand, Frank. Let's see. So we're going to have to make up something, you know, like square and circular. You know, we have LGBTQ, S and C, and so, you know, we're going to have to make up something for all of the ham radio operators. Mitch, I think you should work on that, and maybe you can dream up something by the end of the net. Anyway, thank you for the reminder about the Vaca Valley Radio Club swap. I was going to get to that, but as they say, he took them words right out of my meowth. My meowth, yeah, that's it, my meowth, yes. So now I don't have to meow about it. So, alrighty, and how many participants do we have in Cyberland tonight, Frank?
Oh, tonight there's a total of 8 people, 6 on YouTube and 2 on Twitter or X, whichever you prefer to say it as. Bobby, W6IWN, is in the chat. VA5MUD, Wes, he's in the chat. So we do have Canadian DX in the chat tonight. And a few other people that, well, I know who they are, but I cannot mention names. And a Dan, N6ETR, he just dropped in the chat. So he's out there in the Vacaville area as well. all wonderful people, and we'll pass it over to Jack Daniels and see what the numbers are like today. And don't give Mitch anything to do. I wore him out between 5 and 6 p.m. He needs to go take his OM nap.
Okay, yeah, well, he can handle it. He's a strong guy. Anyway, very good. Well, we'll let John run the numbers and let us know what's going on. Thank you, Frank, for taking care of the cyber end of things. And glad to have all the folks participating via the internet and various social media platforms. So thank you to all of those folks out there. So, John, what you got to say? And let's see, J6JD WB2ZEI.
Wasn't that what Lenny Bruce used to always ask at his performances? Is anybody out there? Anyway, for all you folks out there and everywhere else, this is Kilo Jack 6 Jack Daniels. And I got the latest and the greatest from the, and those Auburn guys are on the air too. Anyway, we had a ham zam tonight, of which there were 5 examinees. One of them was a very young man, and he is going to come back and try again next time. However, of the other 4, we turned out 2 technicians and a general and an extra. And probably get a personalized call sign soon. He found out his name was available. How's that for rare? Anyway, one way or the other, that's the result of our ham zam tonight out there at Mountain Mike's. And we have one next month also. I forget the date, and my phone went dead a few minutes ago while I was trying to bring up tonight's examinees. So, but I do know the date of something else. Can you guess what that is, Armand?
Oh, yeah, I think it's Memorial Day weekend. You know, and I was just thinking about that today. That ain't that far away, John. Wow, it's next. Not this one, but the next one.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking it's something like 10 days or something like that. Getting damn close. So I want to plug it and tell everybody to also, you are all my deputies. I hereby deputize everybody with a call sign within the sound of my voice to go out and recruit people to come on out and have fun. This should be simple. You tell them about it and they go, oh, that sounds like fun. And then you tell them where and when. And you tell them where. It's at the Carmichael Elks Lodge on the corner of Cypress and Hackberry. Arden can fill you in. Armand can fill you in on the details of the address. I always forget it. But anyway, he'll come on with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think dropping out of the receiver. So, okay, I'm going to change frequencies. Hang on. Take it, John.
Okay, as we say, he's going to go clear his throat and try it again. Anyway, Carmichael Elks Lodge on the corner of Cypress and Hackberry, 5616 Cypress, something like that. I'll get you the address. Armand will give it to you in a few minutes when he clears his throat. Meanwhile, it's on May 26th. That's the Sunday before Memorial Day, the Sunday of the same weekend. You got 3 days there, and it's the middle day. So we are going to be out there receiving sellers at 6 a.m. and then buyers at 7 in the morning. We'll also have refreshments out there. I think we're going to have bottled water and coffee and breakfast burritos maybe, or some other breakfast treats. I'm not exactly sure what Cindy's going to provide, but Cindy and Nanette have been out there in past years coming around to your booth and giving you all that good stuff if you didn't get up there early. And anyway, it's from about 6 in the morning for sellers till around 11 or noon, whenever we clear out. And we're going to probably have the trailer there again this year for electronic surplus. So if you don't want to take home stuff that you didn't sell, there's a secondary swap at Skip's trailer. Skip's always such a good guy. And co-sponsor. And also we're going to have the ARRL represented out there. I understand we're going to have representation from North Hills. And I don't know if we'll have anybody from any of the services out there. I haven't had much time to work on this thing a lot. So I'm hoping to maybe... that's exciting enough, isn't it? I think that stuff that I just described and seeing all your old friends ought to just be a killer. I probably timed out the machine. Hey, Armand, did I time out the machine?
No, you still have it, and it's 5631, 5631 Carmichael Elks Lodge is 5631 Cypress Avenue in Carmichael.
Wow, Armand's voice changed. 5631 Cypress Avenue. Yeah, I should know that address. I've only been there for, God, I think it says something like 17 years. Anyway, one way or the other, that's what's going on the Sunday of Memorial Day weekend. And I'd like to invite all of our old friends to come on out there and say hi. It's free to come out and kick tires. And if you want to sell stuff, thank an elk for it only being $10. I've been able to promote that price for the last few years, and it kind of helps to keep the other ones in line too, I think. Anyway, one way or the other, this is KJ6JD. And if you got any questions about that or the deep philosophies of life, you can reach me. Or text me on my cell phone at 916-616-9980. And if I forgot anything, Armand or NLW, I'll fill you in, okay? KJ6JD.
All righty, very good, John. Thank you. And a little bit of a stronger signal into the machine here, so that's good. Yeah, my voice changes. You know, I get younger and older depending on what's going on, you know. So, yes, 5631 Cypress Avenue in Carmichael. And, you know, I was just thinking I should see if I can get, you know, Good Day Sacramento, you know, maybe color one of those people and tell them about the Carmichael ham swap, and I don't know, that'd be kind of neat to be on Good Day. What do you think, John?
Oh, I would absolutely love it, if, especially if you were able to get some press this week or next week about the date it's coming up. Yeah, that's right. You got access to the Good Day people over there, and they're pretty fun. That would be nice. And two other things that I thought of. One of them I can remember easily. When you were describing squares and things like that, the natural shape in nature is an orb. Everything tends to round out. And I was going to say something else a second ago about something, but it, you know, it was just one of those diseases of old age, like Kraft or that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll have to remember to do that, try to color one of the producers and try to sell them on that. That'd be kind of neat, even if, you know, if we had if the swap had some exposure just on TV, not to, maybe for next year as well, or, you know, maybe they could cover it while it's happening or something. We'll see. Alrighty, thank you. I hear little gurgles down there, and we'll have to find out who the gurglers, not the burglars, are. And thank you, John. And by the way, quick question. How young was that youngest man who's coming back?
Good question. I'd say he was probably just pre-teen or early teen. His mother brought him in, and he came close, but no cigar tonight. So I especially inspire youngsters to come out, take the exam, get the license. Even if you don't get into it when you're young or you get distracted with something else, it keeps coming back to you. You know, in between girlfriends and wives and other things that take up your time, children perhaps if you're lucky. You know, this keeps trotting back into your life. It's one of those things like an instrument. It keeps giving. You learn to play and then you stick with it. So, old guy talk from KJ6JD.
I have a question.
Well, but, you know, that's what we all did when we were kids. I remember I got my license when I was 13, so I was a teen, and a lot of us did that. A lot of kids that I remember from Long Island and the New York City area, lots and lots of them. So that's what it's all about. And you know, some 58 years later, we're still doing it. Anyway, all right. Well, enough of that. Let's see if we can do some listings. See who else is out there to join us tonight. WB270I with KJ6JD and KG6NLW. Let's add your call sign to the list. Who else? Delta Uniform Kilo, FGI. All righty. Clarence, good evening to you. Let's see, where did I hear you the other day? Oh, I think I heard you on 115 the other night, or last night it was. Anyway, N6ICW up in the wilds. Go ahead, Clarence. Yeah, okay, Armand. 60 over. Yeah, I think we're getting some multipath or something. Audio was not too good in the first part, but of course when you said your call letters, it was fine. I don't know if you have access to another radio besides your HT, but yeah, a little noisy. Maybe that's what's going on. It's conditions. Good. Try it again, Clarence. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm getting a little multipath here too on receive. I can go back to 9.4 and try it again. I wanted to make a listing, but you're probably not comfortable me well enough to do that, over. Yeah, I got you now. Sure, go ahead. Okay, well, it's pretty noisy here, the multipath. It's here, so I'll go try 9.4 if you want it up there. Maybe the audio will come back on. So 60 UK, I'll kiss white at 9.4. 60 UK. Okay, in the meantime, we'll check in with Gary, WA6FGI, while Clarence does the flipperoo, as Dan Bongino would say. The Dipsy-Doo flipperoo over to 9.4, WA6FGI, WB270I. Go ahead, Gary. Good evening, Armand. Whiskey Bro 2. Silly. Anyway, WA6FGI here. Just thought I'd stop by, say hello. And Clarence is coming in on 9434. And we used to have a joke about that was a Japanese secret channel because all the original 2-meter radios that were fixed crystal operation, they were made in Japan. They came out with 9434. Of all things, 347634 and 8834. And believe you me, there's a lot of upset people that didn't have more than that, but here again, you could unplug the crystals and plug them back in. Little history, a little humor. Just stopping by, saying hello. That's about it. Just this is how I spend my Thursday evenings. I turn the air mills off, turn on the handheld, and 147.95 comes in very, very good. Thanks for being there. And I will be at the swap meet. Like John said, we're going to see who's still standing tall. the day before Memorial Day. WB2ZEI, WA6FGI. Back to you, Armand. The UK's back. Yeah, the duck is back. Okay, sounding good, Clarence. Yeah, Gary, you pulled it out. See, you remembered at the very end. And yes, I do remember my first radio, the Drake TR-22, had 3494 and then 9494. And yeah, that was in the days when there was 94 Simplex. What happened to that? 3494, that repeater pair was a really popular pair, but now it's like there's nobody over there. Well, yes, there is in Chico. There's Clarence is on 94, but that was a very popular repeater pair back in early to mid 70s and beyond. Anyway, N6DUK on 94. Take it away, Clarence.
Yeah, thanks, Armand. N6DUK. Yeah, Gary, I was on 195. I wasn't on 94. And I don't know what happened to 94. It was transmitting, but there was no audio coming through. It wasn't passing the audio. So. Anyway, I guess I'm transmitting here. So I want to make a listing, Armand, if you're ready. Over.
My fingers are poised, ready to jump on the keys.
Okay. Well, this is Clarence at 6DUK Corning, and I have a Henry RF deck. It's the 2KG5, and I could deliver it. I'll be probably, if everything goes right, up and down I-5 Saturday. Most of the day in Sacramento area, Vacaville, Fairfield, that area. So anyway, probably around, well, best offer on that, I guess, probably around 250, since I have to deliver it. Anyway, that's a Henry RF deck, a 2KG5, and I have some other stuff, but I'm not sure if 94 is going to keep working. So my contact info 530-200-365. Again, one more time, 530-200-3659. Over.
All right, well, you're making hay, so if you want, give me the rest of the items. I hear you fine.
Well, I don't want to sell all my toys at once. You know, gosh, come on.
Bring them to the swamp.
You got to spread them out on the floor.
Yeah.
Lay down there, sit down there and play with them, you know, for a while. Can't sell them all at once. You know, no, anyway, that'll do it. That'll do it for right now. And, yeah, maybe next week we'll make another listing. I'm probably going to try to make Carmichael Swampy. So, hope to see you there, Gary and JD and the gang. And, anyway, that's it. Have a good night there, guys, at 6DUK 73.
Alrighty, class. Now, when you say the Henry RF deck, that means just the RF part, no power supply, or is it the full? It can't be the 2KD, the full 2KD5 for that price.
No, it's not the desktop 235. It is a desktop, but it's just the RF deck. You set it on your desk, and then you need the monster supply to sit on the floor or outside, or and I do not have that. I had a complete one. I sold it, and this was a spare RF deck, and I have no use for it. But I could build a power supply for it probably, or you know, perhaps find one. 60 again.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to clarify before I assumed. Okay, very good. So we'll start off with number one. Number one today, November 6 Delta Uniform Kilo. That's Clarence in the Corning Red Bluff area. And he has an RF deck, just the RF part, you'll have to supply your own supply. It's the RF deck. It's a 2 kilo Delta 5, 2KD5, and he'd like a 250 or best offer. And he's going to be tooling up and down I-5 this Saturday. Sacramento, Fairfield, Vacaville, roaming around. I don't know what he's looking for, but you have to catch him, and maybe he can deliver that to you. Or he's thinking about, of course, attending the Carmichael swap too. So if you don't get him one place, get him in another, or you drive up to Corning and Red Bluff. So 250 or best offer on the 2KD5 RF deck. And you can chit-chat with Clarence about it, 530-200-3659. Again, 530-200-3659. Thanks, Clarence, N6ICW, sounding good on 9.4, WB2ZEI. All right, there we go. So we're out of the gate. Listing number 1 is in the books. Anybody else?
Kilo 6 Alpha Alpha India saying hello.
WA6 says you had a short history of 9.4.
All righty, got you, Gary. And Al, how are you? Heard you the other day talking to Bill. It sounds like you're doing okay. K6AAI, WB2ZEI. Go ahead, Al.
That's fine, mate. And things are good here. Still fighting the RFI wars with my new heat pump system, but we're getting down to it. We're finding out the vendor was over yesterday running some tests. A really good vendor. He's really interested in this thing, and he's going to pound GE if it is when he gets back from Texas. But gone for a couple weeks, and so basically he pulled the plug on the condenser unit outside, just ran the system with the blower motor from the attic, and I had no interference. As soon as he plugged in the breaker thing outside, the interference came back after about 10 seconds as that ECM motor ramped up. So at least we know what box it is. Now we can figure out how to shield it or put some chokes on it or something if there's some kind of kit or whatever. But it's going to be a slow-moving train, but eventually we'll get it fixed up from this General Electric heat pump. And so the thing works great. Boy, it cooled this house down to meat locker temperature. It can get cold in here. Just we'll see how it is on a 110-degree day, so that's a different story. Other than that, not much news on the radio front here. I'm waiting for a good contest to come up, and hope it doesn't come on a hot day when I have to run my air conditioner. That's all from here. K6AAI.
All right, thanks, Al. Yeah, last weekend was pretty bad. Didn't even hear, Swamp Thing I heard on Sunday, a little part of it. Saturday, I don't know what happened, but everybody was affected with that G5 Storm XM, satellite radio, all that kind of stuff. So hopefully things are somewhat back to normal. I was listening on 40 last night for a little bit, so I heard a couple of good signals there. So hopefully things will get back to normal. And check out the contest calendars on the web. I don't know. I think there's something coming up for the armed forces this weekend, I think. But ARRL.org, and they have listings of all the stuff going on as well as other websites. So, but I think that maybe the next big giant one is going to be Field Day, but that's over a month and a half away. June 22nd and 23rd. So, alrighty, very good. Thank you, Al, and good for you that the vendor is on top of that. And of course, you always can call on the ARRL for some RFI help and tips and pointers. They're always there to help as well. So let's see what Gary's going to give us a little historical lesson on the use of 146.94. Thanks, Al. K6, AAI, WB2ZEI, over to Gary, WA6, FGI.
Real quick. ARL is helping. They're really being proactive on it. Thank you.
Oh, good.
When you get the fix on that stuff too, suggestion would be to publish it to the ARRL and to the RFI group on groups.io. Good for archive. Anyway, 9.4. Once upon a time, all the radios came with 9.4, the crystals. 9.434, as I said. 3488 or 88, 76, and 34 receive. And a long time before the ARRL showed up, we had frequency coordinating committees out here on the West Coast, and we all agreed one will go there, one will go there, and there were any interference problems. Then suddenly, about 3 years, 4 years down the road, ARRL woke up, and they come up with a band plan, and they just shoved it down everybody's throat. And I'll tell you what, at the time when most of the rails were extra two-way commercial, and the only people that really made out in that deal was International Crystal and Cetri in Chickasha, Oklahoma. The Simplex channel, the ARRL, their own coordinating again, because once upon a time we had like, we have police call, and that gave us that really doubled the room we had for repeat. And I had a 6-meter repeat on Mount Vaca on 61.0 and about 25, 30 users, and that just killed the club. You know, going into Colorado, but here again, like say, ARRL come along and put kiss the death and everything. Anyway, they've been helpful for the most part. We can curse them and praise the league, but every now and then they step into it. That's all I got for the history of 3494. So like Armand said, once upon a time, 94 was a chat channel. And if you want to hear somebody come in on 34, you let the guy go and let the guy talk and so forth. Anyway, that's it from here. WB2ZEI, WA6FGI. Short history of VHF, UHF radio on top of, lucky us, the hilltop of Mount Vaca.
And on a separate note, June 1st and 2nd is the next contest. It's the International Digital Contest.
Oh, yeah, get all your FT8s in a row. All those squeakers out there. Okay, there you go, Al. So, got to get revved up for FT8. Thank you, Frank. And I don't know what's going on, Gary. I don't know if it was the voting system or what, but we missed some of that. But I got the gist of it. Anyway, yes, 3494, 3476. Remember those? Yep. And I remember the days when we thought that the crystal manufacturers had it all wrapped up, but then along came frequency synthesis, and that was the death of all the crystal companies. But I mean, you know, you still need a crystal here and there, but nothing like we used to. Anyway, thank you, Frank, for that, and also remind everybody that the N7RCA Radio Ranch get-together will be on June 1st at Brad's property in Minden. That's N7RCA. And you can look at N7 Romeo Charlie Alpha, N7RCA.com. You can go there the night before and pull up a spot with your RV or trailer or whatever, or take a hotel room nearby, motel room, etc., and take part in that on June 1st. So that'll be coming up as well. So the next 1, 2, 3 weeks will be busy, and of course CPAC up in Seaside, Oregon, will be going on as well. I believe it's the 30th, 31st, and 1st, or 31st, 1st, and 2nd, one of those times. But that's going to be happening up in Oregon, and that's a big one as well. Anybody else for the NorCal Swap, with or without a listing tonight, to join us?
CPAC is May 30th through June 2nd. Registration at the door to Convention Center is $15. And the International Digital Contest is any digital mode excluding RTTY. So you can do Hellscriber, FT8, FT4, JT65, you name it, you can do it.
Yeah, just whistle into your microphone and make it wiggle and see what happens. Okay, Frank, very good. That's Frank, our head of our R&D department. I mean, he's a bit of in Siri, right? So there you go. Thank you, Frank.
Oh, yeah, no problem. And you got a couple guys that say hello from Reno as well that are in the chat.
Yeah, anybody on frequency was at Cabela's last week? I talked to AK60K. Sounds like he did good. Coming back from the Reno swap. Anybody was up at Cabela's? Okay, now maybe they're in the chat. So the guys from Reno, welcome to all of them as well. Anybody else on the RF side, WB2ZEI? Anybody else for the net?
Hey, Armand. Good evening. Mitch, WUNQ. I got a quickie for you.
Afternoon delight. Go ahead, Mitch.
You know, as usual, I'm sitting here watching Frankie. Hi, Frankie. Looks like he got beat up or got sent through underneath a lawnmower today. I guess he had a rough day doing that live stuff. Anyway, just hi, Frankie. Just really quickly, just wanted to tell you, I got this girlfriend, and she sent me this T-shirt, and I've been wearing it around in public, and I'm wondering why people give me the weirdest looks. My T-shirt says, "I don't need Google, because my girlfriend knows everything." How about that?
That's cute. Well, you'll have to put it to the test.
Yeah, that's the problem. I get the weirdest looks, like I'm beating her or something like that. It's hysterical. They look at me now. I've actually got more laughs than anything. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Howdy to everybody out there, shortwave listeners alike. And as usual, I just want to do a quick plug for Ham Radio Outlet and my good friend Frankie. If you ever want to know anything about research and development, and including ham radio, Frankie's your guy. If you go to YouTube and look up KG6NLW, I think some of the resources start there. And anytime you can reach out to anybody on the N6ICW network. Chris, thank you. And back to you, Mr. Armand, who makes this all happen every Thursday. And back to you, sir.
All right, Mitch, very good. Yeah, well, maybe we need to have a follow-up to that switch, that T-shirt that says, "I don't need Google. I'll just ask my wife."
Unfortunately for me, I'm sorry about the crunch in the ice. She's listening. She's not a ham, fortunately, but she does know how to listen. She just texts me, and she says she's got another one, Armand. So, yeah, I might be sending one your way, buddy. Lucky you. Armand?
Real quick, Mitch, if it's who I think it is, it goes to me first. And Armand and everyone else, if you want to see how the Cabela swap went last weekend, look up Whiskey 6 India Whiskey November, W6IWN on YouTube, and you'll get a video Bobby did at the swap.
All right. Does it have audio with it as well?
Some audio, not a not a description of every single item, but there's some music and some walking around audio for sure.
I love those music things with no text or no meaningful. What shall I say? It's all visual. Okay. And Mitch, what's your girlfriend's name? Now she's on the phone with me. I'm terrified. You got me, Armand. She says she'd prefer not to, but trust me, she's all female. We were just gonna say hello to her. That's all. She's listening. That's all. Well, hi, Mitch's girlfriend. That's all. Yep. And yeah, that's good. That's good. Can't ask for anything more than that. All female.
Oh no, oh no. And am I getting over this?
No. Oh yes, they're back again. Where were they? I heard. Oh, they were on N6NA last night. So there you go. You know, anybody can buy a bow fang. Yeah, Armand, rest assured, we're watching from three different directions, anticipating something like this. So, yeah, there you go. That's all I'm going to lend credence to. And, yeah, so she gave me permission. Her name is Marla, and she says to say, hello, Armand. And maybe I'll bring her to the swaps, and you guys could handshake and hug, and, yeah, you'll know she's real. But anyway, there you go. Frankie. Gary, you're being taken out. What was your question about a call?
What was that?
Yeah, you have to go to your base rate, Gary. But something about a call. I'm not sure what. Oh, the call was it's Frank's call, KG6NLW. I'm not sure if that's what you were talking about. Oh, I know. W6 India Whiskey November. W6IWN for the Cabela's swap video. That's what you're talking about.
Thank you. N6FGI.
Yeah, it takes a while for the neutrons to line up properly. Albie breaks his finger. All right, anybody else wishing to join us, just step on them, squash them like a bug.
KO6 DXL.
Alrighty, Kilo Oscar 6, is that Bravo X-Ray Lima?
Delta X-Ray Lima, Robert here in Carmichael. I'm actually about 2 miles from that upcoming swap meet on the 26th. Looking forward to that. About to shut my radio down at this house and disconnect everything and yank the antennas tomorrow and move them to a new location.
Oh, my goodness. Robert, where are you moving to? Abandoned Carmichael?
Yeah, I'm moving about half a mile to a property that's got about an acre. Gonna need to make some friends so I can so somebody can help me figure out how to put antennas up, or an antenna up there for HF.
Yeah, well, this is the place to do it. There's a lot of hams right around in this area. And I like that. Moving to a place where there's an acre of land. Good for you. Good for you. So congratulations on the move.
Yeah, room looks a little spooky. My desk and computer setup went away, and I got my radio sitting on a piece of masonite shoved in a drawer to keep it set up like a table.
Well, before long, you'll have everything situated in the new place. And those properties with an acre of land, they're becoming more and more scarce as people buy them up. But then again, I guess people move, they come and they go, and those properties change hands. Well, congratulations, and hopefully we'll hear you from the new location, and you should be able to make it in with a handheld as well while you're getting things organized.
Sounds good. It's kind of funny because I heard the announcement for this net earlier today, and I thought it said SWAT, like in the police SWAT net.
Well, the way the world is going, we're going to need a SWAT net soon, what are we going to do? The Guardian. Yeah, I wonder if the Guardian Angels, run by or founded by Curtis Sliwa out of New York, have a chapter in Sacramento. I don't know. He's never talked about Sacramento, but I know the Guardian Angels are all around the world. But I don't know if there's a chapter here. Well, anyway, Robert, thanks for stopping by on your last day at your humble abode, and we'll look forward to hearing you and some of the folks. Maybe they'll see you at the swap. That'll give you enough time to kind of just unpack your car keys by the time next Sunday rolls around. And you're still close to the Elks Lodge, so that's a great place to come out and see stuff and meet people and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm just curious if, because I'm an early riser, if I should be there at 7 or if some of the sellers come in later than that.
Oh, no, John, you want to comment on that, John? John is the orchestrator, coordinator, organizer, the powerhouse behind the swap. John, come on, is 7 o'clock too early, John? I think he must be petting his kitty cats. Nope, that's a great time to arrive, and believe me, when you'll find out that ham radio guys, they're out there at the crack of dawn, literally. They're out there waking up the birds and saying, hey, wake up. Time to get ready for the swap. So 7 o'clock is when they let the buyers in, and 6 o'clock or somewhat before is when all the sellers arrive. So the quicker you get there, the better deals you'll see.
Comment.
Well, that's what I'm looking for. Anyway, maybe we'll run into you there. This is Robert and Carmichael, KO6, DXL, back to the net.
Comment.
All right, Robert, good luck and congratulations on the move. And I expect to hear about some big towers going up on your property. Couple of Luzo 150-foot towers with the ride-up elevator. Of course, it'll break the bank, but you can't take it with you, right? Alrighty, thanks, Robert. KO6 Delta X-Ray Lima, WB2ZEI, Armand in Sacramento with the Northern California swap. Anybody else for the net?
Comment.
All the way out to the living room, I was going to pick up my handy, and I did, and I pushed transmit, and it died. And so I came all the way back here because I heard somebody talking about me petting the kitties or something.
Yeah, well, Robert and Carmichael wanted to know if 7 o'clock was too early to get to the swap. And so so I think I filled them in that even 6 o'clock is not early.
Unfortunately, you're correct. I'd love to start this thing at 10 o'clock and have the sellers come in at 9 o'clock. I would just love that. It wouldn't work. You know, if I died, people would show up there at 6 o'clock wanting to sell, wanting to buy at 6 o'clock in the morning. Wanting to buy, I'm telling you, before it's even light. But no, nobody before 6, at least not officially. You're welcome to get there a little early, but 6 o'clock to, and then 7 o'clock for the buyers. That gives all the sellers a chance to put their stuff out and for me to survey what they got.
Comment.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Frank's there. Somebody else, too. Frank, hang on. Who was the other station?
N6ICW.
Hey, Tony. I think that was somebody else, too, because they weren't as strong as you. Third station? All right, Frank, go ahead. Armand. Oh, sorry. Frank, go ahead.
All right, all I gotta say is, yeah, get there within reason as early as you can, close to 7. But if you want the really, really good deals, like I'm talking the really good deals, you show up within the last 45 minutes. So if a swap is good until 11, you show up at 10:15 and you work the swap, because I can almost guarantee you about 70% of those guys don't want to take stuff home. So they will want to get in there and get that stuff sold in that last little bit of time. So they'll be sort of willing to wheel and deal, unless they're absolutely stuck up and don't want to play price wars with you. So that's my 2 cents.
All righty. Tony, what's your 5 cents? N5DIM, go ahead.
Hey, WB2ZEI in the group, N6ICW. I was just wondering if Mitch is still on frequency.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Hey, do you want me to bring that LDG tuner to the swap?
You know what, Tony? That would work out excellent. And Armand, I got something after you're done with Tony.
All right, that's all I got, brother. I'll bring it to you, and I look forward to seeing everybody there. And thanks, Armand, and N6ICW.
All right, Tony. Listen, Tony, you better be careful. You know, you never get done with Tony. It's Tony's going to get done with you. Go ahead, Mitch.
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, Tony's the gangster you don't want to mess with, that's for sure. Otherwise, I'd sleep with one eye open. But Tone sounds great, and look forward to seeing you. Armand, this is that. I have a whole different take than my friend Frank over there. And that's this. Back from the mad scientist days down there, the mad scientists down in the southern portion, and likewise. We, and I'm not sure if I should teach people these bad habits, but we used to be called the headlamp and the flashlight brigade. We were there as the cars were pulling up to unload, because we always believed that the early bird got the worm. So there's one technique. Don't tell anybody I told you, but that's where I've gotten some of my best deals, and because the person got there and they wanted to leave early with their big ticket items. So remember, early bird gets the worm. Don't forget your headlamps. WUNQ.
Yeah, you're right. That's why I was saying that they're there to wake up the birds, because I've heard that on the East Coast as well. You know, especially some of the swaps that start earlier in March or April. Yeah, they're out there with their flashlights at 5:30, 5 o'clock. You know, so there you go. Well, you got to work, as they say, both ends against the middle, right, Mitch?
Yeah, you know, Armand, I don't think that I know anything different, because that's how I was brought into this hobby. And if I wanted equipment, it wasn't going to be new, because I couldn't afford it. I had to work like 3 jobs just to put gasoline in my motorcycle until I got a car. But yeah, you get the idea for sure. Yeah, swap meets were everything, because that's where you got your surplus gear, your hybrid, and
Anyway, there you go. In a nutshell, and I'll throw it back to you, Armand. And thanks for letting me take up some air time again. Armand, back to you. WB2ZEI on the N6ICW network, WU1Q.
Good advice about getting there early.
Yeah, and you bring Marla and buy her a breakfast burrito, and you'll be doing good. Alrighty, very good. Yep, that's whatever technique works. Both of them have merit, and you see which one works the best. But John, maybe we need to break some barriers, and they start a swap if one dares at like 9 or 10 o'clock, and nobody wants to talk about it, but I think maybe a lot of people would appreciate a slightly later start. Anyway, level pass to 0400 Zulu is edition number 20 of the Northern California swap. We have one itty-bitty listing from Clarence, and anybody else to join us tonight?
Whiskey 6 Oscar Golf X-Ray, Whiskey 6 OGX.
Alrighty, there's the man from the mountain, W6OGX, WB2ZEI in the net. How you doing, Ross?
Well, long time no chat, I guess. I've been off for a while and just absolutely strapped and busy, and unfortunately not able to take care of my ham radio addiction. Anyways, I'm back on, and hopefully going to be able to get out there on the bands this weekend. How about you?
Addiction, yeah. We have to put you into rehab or something. Last weekend, that was a good weekend to take off because nothing much was going on. So hopefully this weekend will be a little better.
Yeah, for sure. Well, solar flux is up around 200, and K is down to 1.3, so I think Saturday I'll be out at Rosie the Riveter World War II Homefront National Historic Park. If anyone's into POTA, Parks on the Air, that's what I'll be doing, and we're sending out these special QSL cards to contacts who make our contact into the park, and we're shooting for a kilo, which is 1,000 contacts. We've gotten 690 so far, and we're just trying to activate the Rosie the Riveter World War II Homefront Park. It's really fun. I've enjoyed it quite a bit, and so I'll be out there at probably 8 o'clock in the morning, and if you want to check in and see if 14.263, that's usually where we hang out to try to make contacts, and we usually have a pretty good pile-up, so we'll be playing Parks on the Air this weekend. Back to you.
Are you going to do 40 at all?
Yeah, sure. We'll shoot down to 40, and we might even get some CW going on at some point. So we'll skip around a bit. But like I said, we've got these really cool QSL cards. Gary's got one, Whiskey Alpha 6 FGI. I sent him one because he's a long-standing member, and so he's seen the POTA card. It's a real cool QSL card from the Rosie the Riveter World War II Homefront National Historic Park, and it was designed by Kilo Oscar 6 CHL. So real cool stuff. We'll be out there this Saturday.
All right, cool. I'll listen for you on 40 because I'm too close for 20. And good luck with the kilo. Yeah, that's 690. You're almost there, definitely. And I'm always hunting POTA when I can. Kilo Golf 6, November, Lima Whiskey. Good to hear you, Ross, and back to you, Armand. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I was asking Ross where that park is, and is that in the Bay Area?
Yeah, it's located in the Bay. It's in Richmond. It's at the old shipyard. It's where the Kaiser factory used to be, and it's a real cool historic park, and right there on the waterfront where they used to make the Liberty ships. And so we've got a real cool picture of the Red Oak Victory ship on there. Let's see, well, the USS Jeremiah O'Brien is parked in San Francisco, but that boat was made Portland, Maine, but the Red Oak Victory was made around here. So anyways, yeah, it's a real cool historical place, and I like to try to put that park on the air. And it's, well, if you're into POTA, great. If, you know, there's a lot of people that are not into POTA, and that's okay. But anyways, we're just, we're going to continue on with, we've got 690 contacts from that park from Whiskey 6 OGX, 5 different activations, and so it's real fun to do, and people come out and learn about ham radio. So we'll be doing that on Saturday. Back to you, Armand.
All right, yeah, well, you know that you got the POTAs and the POTs that are out there making contact with the POTA folks. So that's good, and as if you weren't busy enough, but enjoy. That's a fun thing to do. Now I know where that park is. Thank you. Good luck, Ross, and I hope you make that 1,000. And you know, for us locally here, 40 would probably be better unless they're real local on 20. W6OGX, good luck, and good luck to Tulsi as well. Good job with that QSL. WB2ZEI with NorCal Swap. Anybody else for the net?
KM6ZRO.
Yeah, and there's Mr. Rick right on schedule. How you doing, Rick?
Real good, Armand. How are you?
Yeah, we're keeping on. Still counting the days, you know.
I have contacted, you know, the current owner, you know, that of the ASU amp, and so we're going to consummate that deal on Monday.
All right, very good. Okay, yeah, I know you've been waiting a long time for that. So good luck to you with that, and so you'll have a good, nice signal on the air with the 2100. So I'm glad you got the eyes on the prize, and you got it.
Yes, thank you. It'll help. The seller's a very nice fellow. I'm sorry, I had, I was listening to Ross a moment ago. I'm going to probably try to reach him, I don't know, via email or something, because my mother had come over after the war on one of those Liberty ships, and you know, might be an interesting sort of story that he might be interested in, maybe.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. A little bit of history, connection. And yeah, he's going to be out there Saturday morning at around 8 o'clock. So well, you probably can look him up on QRZ, and or do you need him to give you his email address?
I did see his page on QRZ, so I will do that. And I also will contact him. Anyway, it's all very interesting. Anyway, thank you for your time, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, yeah, sure, that'll be neat. Okay, very good, and good luck on your meeting with Jim on Monday as well. Thank you, Rick. KM6ZRO WB2ZEI. Anybody else as we wind it down for this 20th edition?
If you want to pay attention to where Ross is spotted, if you go to pota.app, that's parksontheair.alpha-papa-papa, app. It's a website. It's very accessible on the phone and on the computer, one and the same. You can look that up, and you can narrow your search results on how to find things that way, and you can see where Ross is at any given time when he's activating POTA at Rosie the Riveter.
Thank you, Frank. I wrote that down. I'll do that.
No problem at all.
Yeah, Frank's just overflowing with information tonight. Good for you, Frank. Thank you for doing that. All right, anybody else? Anybody else for the net tonight?
Kilo Oscar 6 Charlie India Victor. James here in Stockton. How are you guys?
Yeah, good evening, James. Sounds like you're moving around a little bit. Sounds like you're on the way home, right?
That is correct. I finally caught you guys again. My Jeep broke its drive shaft, so it's been down for about 2 weeks, so haven't been able to check in because I'm mobile.
Yeah, a lot of us, you have the rigs and the vehicles and not in the house. Well, glad to hear you're back on the road again, as they say, and you're back in action. So good to hear you tonight. Nice solid signal to the repeater.
All right, thank you so much. I was just kind of making sure everything was still programmed well, because I tried to hit another net yesterday from Belmont, and nothing came through, I guess.
Yeah, on this repeater?
No, my station is called a Belmont Tower. Not sure exactly where it's located.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. But, yeah, well, just make sure you got your PL right and that they haven't changed it on you. I know N6NA had their net on last night. They were on their backup repeater. That's River City, ARC, Amateur Radio Communication Society. So that threw a couple of people for a loop. But, yeah, the repeater sounded way different. I'm thinking, what's going on here? Doesn't sound like the regular N6NA repeater. So gotta keep your ears open, and that's how you know what's going on. But you're sounding fine here, James. So have a good trip home. Thanks for letting us ride along tonight.
All right, thank you very much, guys. This is Kilo Oscar 6 Charlie India Victor 73.
All righty, take care. Have a good evening. KO6CIV WB2ZEI. Anybody else as we wind it down? All right. Well, let's wind it up. Let's call it the week's finale. A lot of the TV programs are doing their finales this week and next week. So we'll be here. We don't have a contract, but we're in season 27. So yeah, we've been around a while, at least for me anyway, and the swamp that's been around longer than that. So anyway, let's look at the listings tonight, and we'll call it an evening. We had one listing tonight from Clarence, November 6 Delta Uniform Kilo, N6DUK. Clarence is in the Red Bluff Corning area, and he has an RF deck. An RF deck, that means just the amplifier portion, no power supply, so either you'll have to find one, build one, or invent one or something. The RF deck is a Henry 2KD5. That's the Henry 2 Kilo Delta 5 amplifier RF deck. You bring your own power supply. You'd like $250 for that, or best offer. And he'll be riding around this weekend on I-5 up and down in various locations. And he might also be able to bring it with him to the Carmichael Elk Lodge swap if that's where you want to get together with him. But give him a call first if you're interested in that 2KD5 RF deck by Henry. And you can reach Clarence at 530-200-3659. Again, 530-200-3659. And also a quick reminder, this Saturday, the The 18th will be the BVRC Vaca Valley Radio Club little swap up in Dixon. Go there and make it a not so little swap with your attendance. It's going to be at 220 Jefferson Street, 220 North Jefferson Street, I should say, in Dixon, in the Chamber of Commerce parking lot. So go there and check it out. Let VVRC get themselves on the swap map, and with their swaps, so the more clubs that do this, the more fun it is. And of course, Dayton, our Xenia Hamvention is this weekend, and all eyes will be on Ohio. A lot of things, new things rolling out at the convention. So, and next Sunday, the 26th, is our little backyard Dayton Hamvention at the Carmichael Elks Lodge. 7 a.m. for buyers, 6 a.m. for sellers, $10 per space. 5631 Cypress Avenue in Carmichael. And if you need more info, you can contact John, Kilo Juliet 6, Juliet Delta, KJ6JD, 916-616-9980. He'll answer all your questions. And in the meantime, he has branded all of us deputies. So go out there and spread the word from the mountaintops and on all the various repeaters that you frequent. And let's make it a big resounding success. And of course, the following Saturday, along with the digital HF contest, is the N7 RCA get-together. Radio Ranch in Minden at Brad's Place, N7 RCA. And you can go to n7rca.com to get more information on that happening. And again, one more, as if that wasn't enough, CPAC up in Seaside, Oregon, on the Pacific, is the 30th, 31st, 1st, and 2nd of May. So that's a nice big convention swap as well. So there you go. A lot of activity coming up in the next 2 to 3 to 4 weeks. And we'll be back next Thursday again for the pre-Carmichael Swap edition of the Northern California Swap edition number 21. And before we go, anybody else with any comments or traffic for the net?
Say goodnight to the internet. There's a whopping 11 people tonight.
Alrighty, good night, internet. They didn't say anything.
Oh, you didn't let me keep back up quick enough. They're saying goodnight.
Okay, good night, all of you. Thank you for being with us, and we'll do it all again next week. Hope to see, hear, feel all of you. Well, no, okay, that's yes, we can't joke in these times, but what the heck. Shake hands. We can shake hands and do it that way. Everybody have a great week. Enjoy the weather. And we'll see you back here on Thursday, the 23rd of May. So, where is my, oh, there he is. Let's see, I just need to find my clock.
0421.
Yes, thank you. TikTok, Gels Frank. N6WB2ZER, clear and closing the NorCal Swamp at 0421 UTC. See you all next week. Good night, folks. WB2ZEI.
Good night, Armand. KG6NW and internets are going bye-bye.
Okay, good night.
There we go. Now I have it all worked out. Alright, so let's switch back over here. I want to add something real quick here because it is important. Let's just take that all the way down. So, JMac Oregon. Before I forget, since you're right there, where was it? Jeez, I already had it and it disappeared. There we go. All right, the FT70D are fantastic radios. The 5D, the 5 Delta, it's a slightly newer handheld. It's also absolutely fantastic as well. You should check that out. Just take a look at it. You don't have to buy it. Just take a look at it, see what you think about it. The FTM 500, that is actually, let's see if I can do this. Yeah, here we go. That is actually what I use. The audio you heard tonight came off the FTM 500 Delta. So that should tell you that's what I use every week for the NorCal SwapNet is the FTM 500 Delta. It is linked, so I have it linked into a private node that is linked into the N6ICW machine at the QTH. So when I'm on the road, I just FTM 500 out of the bag and out of the Go kit, and I get it going. So yes, it is a nice radio to have as well. If you have any questions, or you want to ask me a question about the radio or anything radio related, feel free to drop a comment in any of my videos. I reply to everything. Or I am good on QRZ for an email. It is a little complicated but easy at the same time. My call sign at snars.org, but it's right there on QRZ, so you can go grab it off of there and send me an email if you have a question. I also respond to Twitter, Instagram, as I said, YouTube comments. So feel free to ask any questions you want, and I'll definitely answer as quickly as I physically possibly can. This Saturday, if you are in the Northern California area, come over to the Vaca Valley Radio Club swap meet. I am a part of the club. It is, we're just going to bring it up here and bump me down. There we go. This club is an absolutely fantastic club. It's one of 5 or 6 I belong to, and this is our first year swap meet. So if you're in the Vacaville area, which is Vacaville, Dixon, Sacramento, Davis, California area, come check it out. I want to thank everybody that watched all 1.5 hours of this live stream of the NorCal Swap. If you're watching it on Team Replay, I want to thank you for watching it. It was absolutely a fantastic stream. And until next time, the coffee and ham radio tumblers, I was told a dirty little secret. They're gone. You didn't buy the Very Berry Periwinkle Pink. They're out of here. They're no longer around. So until next time, I want you to ham harder, pota on.